And this afternoon, I just want us to remind ourselves about one particular thing that we normally do as Christians, as Muslims. There's one thing that we do that is not right. Okay? And our topic is know them before you judge them. Most times you see a lot of people judging people based on what we've done. Yes, there's no problem if you try to correct somebody about what a person has done or about a wrong deed, okay? But most of the times, one thing that we don't find out is that we don't try to get more information about why the person has done what before we will start judging the person. In our Christian fraternities, you realize that in case somebody does something, people just jump to conclusion. They don't understand. They don't try to get more information. They don't try to find out why A or B has done this or that. They just jump to conclusion by saying what they think is right, going their own way, thinking that whatever they have to say is the right thing, thinking that what they are saying about the person is the right thing. But this afternoon, I'm here to remind you that before you say anything about somebody, you have to have more information about why the person has done what before you judge the person. Let's put a stop to this quick judgment that we normally give to issues, okay? When you go to I'm a Christian, so let me talk about this thing, this error among Christians. Most times, if someone does something in church, okay, people don't find out why the person has done the thing. They just get up and you hear them saying a lot of things. You hear them sharing a lot of views about why they think that person has done this or that. But the best thing that you're supposed to do is that in case something happens, if someone does something, don't just jump at once that you feel that the person should have done it this way. You feel that the person should have done this or that. So because of what you feel, you just open up and then you start saying ill. You start speaking ill about the person. I don't think that is right, okay? Because people are in some situations not because they want to be in those situations. Some of them find themselves doing some stuffs that are wrong, not because that is what they wanted in life. Some of them are doing those things because of one or two reasons, okay? It's just like a young person, from like the Christian background that I am coming from. When, let's say, someone gets pregnant and the person is not married, okay, you hear a lot of elderly women speaking ill about the young girl. I don't have any problem of you saying what you feel or what you think about the person, but the first thing you're supposed to do is to find out the way of life of that person, okay? Like BBC, Ghana as a whole, if something happens or somebody has done something, you hear a lot of people saying a lot of things that are not even true, okay? You hear a lot of media personalities saying a lot of things about an individual that is not right. Why? Because they are saying it based on what they feel. They are saying it based on their emotions. But that is wrong. The Bible says what? Don't judge anybody. So you don't even have the right to jump into conclusion, or you don't even have the right to judge somebody based on the deeds of the person. You have the only right you have is to share your view about what the person has done. In the process of you sharing your view, make sure that you don't just say anything to hurt the person, because at the end of the day, before somebody will take a step, the person has had a second thought. It's not in all situations anyway, but most times, okay? Nowadays, you hear a lot of people, somebody has killed the wife, someone has killed the husband, somebody has killed the child and all that. The question that we need to ask ourselves is why? Why must somebody just get up and kill the wife? Under normal circumstances, there is no way somebody can pick a knife on his or her partner and just kill the person without any reason. Okay, so in case someone happens, or even among our peers, among the younger ones, even we ladies, if you see your sister going through a particular thing, or if your sister has put up an attitude or a character that you feel that is not right, you are not supposed to judge the person. You judging the person wouldn't change what the person is doing. You judging the person wouldn't stop the person from what the person is doing. Okay, if you jump to conclusion, or if you decide to judge the person based on what you feel, based on your emotions, you might get it wrong. Yes, you might get everything wrong. Maybe what you think is not exactly what is happening to the person. If you see your sister in trouble, don't just jump and start saying what you feel. Don't just start talking because you have to talk, but you have to talk based on what the information you've gathered about the person. So the fact that somebody is going through something, the fact that you see your peers doing something, does not mean that the thing is right. Yes, we all have our individual differences, but don't just jump to conclusions thinking that what you are saying is right. Who knows, maybe what you think is not what is happening to the person. Okay, so most times you see the youth, you see somebody so hurt, and the person would, especially on social media, you realize that someone will come out and just speak ill about the other. Then the other person that has been spoken ill about will come out, and then the person will just pour out his or her heart, what he or she feels was happening to him or her. You see, sometimes when you watch those videos, you know, for me, when I watch those videos, I feel the pain that they go through. But the question is it that those who just speak without thinking, is it that they are not humans? Of course they are. And you ask yourself that if they were in those people's shoes, would they be happy? No, they will not be happy. But why? Why can somebody just get up and just say anything because the person feels like talking? You get it? So I just came your way to remind you that before you judge somebody, know the person. Make sure you've gathered enough information about the person before you start speaking anyhow about the person. Because it's very painful when you hear people say anything about you, things that are not even true. Even if it's true, you shouldn't just say it without thinking about it. Yes, a lot of young women are dying in pain because of what their peers have spoken about them, because of what somebody has said about them. And it's not everybody that has the courage to come out and say that, oh, this person has said this about me, this person has said this about me, this and this and this and this are true, this and this and this are not true. It's not everybody that has that heart. That is why as individuals you must not just get up and say something about a different person that is not true. Don't speak evil about people if you don't even know them. The most funny aspect of the whole thing is that people speak evil about those that they've not even spoken to before. They've not had a word with the person before. But when they get the opportunity to speak about the person, the kind of evil things they will say about the person will even shock you. Why? Before you judge somebody, put yourself in the person's shoes. If you were the one, would you clap for that person that will say that about you? If you were the one, would you be happy? If you were the one, would you keep quiet on it? Think about these 3 questions before you speak evil about somebody. Okay, I just came here with this happening to tell you that before you judge somebody, know the person. If you don't have enough information about something or about somebody, don't speak evil about the person. Because maybe what you think is not exactly what it is. That is why you must be careful what you spit out. What you say about people are very sensitive. Every word that comes out of your mouth about somebody is very sensitive. It might either make the person laugh or make the person cry. So before you think of speaking evil about somebody, think about it. If it was you, would you cry or would you be clapping for the person? If it was you, would you be happy? If you won't be happy about what you are saying about somebody, then please don't utter it at all. Because maybe you might say it, you might speak evil about a lot of people, and you go freely, and then there'll be one person that you speak evil about, and the person wouldn't forgive you, and that can cost you a lot. It can cost you your integrity, it can cost you your respect. You know, a lot of things about you will just change just because of the evil words you poured about somebody. So please, in case you want to speak evil about somebody, think about it before you utter a word, because you have no idea what the person even goes through in his or her house. You have no idea what the person had gone through in the past. You don't even know why the person is in this particular character that you always speak about. So please, if you realize that somebody is doing something that is not good, go to the person and have a word with the person. Understand the reason why the person is doing A or B before you speak out. If you don't understand, don't even utter anything. Don't say anything. Because a lot of people have ended in jail. Not because they deserve to be in jail, but it's because they've uttered a word that they shouldn't have spoken out. You get it? So before you say anything about somebody, think about it. Say what you said about the person, say about you when in jail, then don't even say anything, because it's not necessary. It's better you shut up rather than speaking evil about somebody that will cost you your life and your generation. I just came your way to remind you that before you speak evil about somebody, know the person. Okay? If you have a friend that you realize that this friend is into a character that will cost his or her life, don't just jump into conclusion by spreading the person. This person is this person is that. That will not change the person. Whatever you say about the person will not change what the person is doing. It will rather increase and then increase the person's morale. You get it? So if you have a friend and you realize that this friend is in a character that will cost his or her life, go to the person, sit the person down, listen to the reasons why the person is into such a character. Afterwards, then you know what to say about the person. If you do it like that, you wouldn't have any issue with anybody. But if you keep on speaking out without thinking, my sister, my brother, you might end up in a situation that you can't even come out of it. Maybe you have somebody that will speak for you, but it is not in all situations that person can help you or favor you. That is why you must be very careful about what you say about people. If you don't have anything to say, if you don't have anything positive to say about a person, then please just zip your mouth. Don't say anything.